My first point is the use of drugs increases with access. And so the access to sex hormones for kids on persons with disabilities, it's covered. The only other way you can access the sex-changing hormones is when parents have their own private plan. The private plan ends at 21. So as far as I know, the hormones need to continue, I think, through life. Well, my personal story is I have a son who only produces one of the 5 hormones. He was born with a big tumor in his brain. It's part of his syndrome. I have been fighting for a year. We have applied for special authority 3 times through the endocrinologist, and they refuse to cover his growth hormone. So I did a little experiment, and I took him off of his growth hormone in October. Just prior to that, I had him have a psychological assessment. I was concerned because he's had over 40 surgeries, 18 doctors, 21 medications. It has been a difficult life. The doctor took 1 day to review his file and only saw him once. He said to me, "Connie, if everyone had the coping mechanisms that your son has, it would be a better world." Within 2 weeks, he had his speech and language therapist said, "Connie, Braden is actually verbalizing. He's depressed." So this is a kid who has gone through hell and back, 2 weeks off of growth hormone. Then he's doing a work experience at a bakery. He slips in some water from drying trays. He can't even speak. He was going to the Camosun College program, and he, at that time he was off, his everything changed. He didn't want to go to school. His progress report totally was giving me feedback about the growth hormone. He went back on in January. By April, every single category of his report for something he did not want to do. I said, "You have to go back because we've got to compare apples to apples, the same type of program." I didn't tell the teachers. He had a 5 on 5 on 5 different categories. So, you know, the...
Also that when it comes to sex hormones, that's all covered.
100%. So after 3 special authority attempts, the endocrinologist's suggestion is that we move to Alberta, where it's covered. All of his support system is here, including his parents, you know, and I just think that's the most ridiculous suggestion.
And
so
when it comes to all this other transitioning hormone therapy.
and so I mean, who decides what's important? Is my son's mental health less important than those who want to transition? Why is it a blanket rule? And also, all these kids on WPD, a high percentage of them are in the foster system and on the autism spectrum, supporting Jenn's statistics. That's all I have to say.
It's important to get sort of personal testimonies like that sort of give you some clarity on what's going on, and the fact that this is agenda-driven, okay? So if we've got so many kids who just because, you know, they like to wear pink and play with girls' Barbie dolls and stuff if they're boys, that, okay, yeah, we'll give them the hormones and stuff that they want, but when somebody really needs them, right, they can't get them. And this is supposedly a socialist government, right? So I think that's just nuts. But again, it points to sort of I would say, the insanity in our system.